In this video, I'm going to tell you frequently missed areas when detailing your car. These are areas that pros often miss. You want to transcend from enthusiast and hobbyist to professional. You want to be someone who's worthy of the money of your customers. You want to just get your own detailing right. This is the video for you. Folks, I have a list. I wrote them down. Frequently missed areas on cars, where you're missing, and what to do instead. Buckle up, folks, and welcome to Nick at Night. Before I get into some hands-on demonstration, I just want to talk about some areas that are so easy to miss and so easy to clean. Let's talk about rocker panels. It is super easy to not clean those and to miss them. It's also super easy to clean them. Try out the perfectly safe brush from DIY Detail. Rinseless washer, incredible suds on your brush, bada bing, bada boom. Do this last because rocker panels are gonna be really dirty and you don't wanna introduce more of that grime back into your wash bucket. But do not forget this. Similarly, under the front bumper or the rear splitter, especially on Jeeps, you can see the video here, just areas that, like, let's say you're downhill from the vehicle, you might be looking up at the vehicle and you see that your detailer missed that front plastic area. Not only can you wash it thoroughly with a perfectly safe brush, you can then spray a few sprays of DIY Detail tire lotion and get in there on the plastics. Similarly, you could spray some tire lotion into the wheel wells on the black plastic. Sometimes it looks like it's not very clean in there. Boom, spray some tire lotion on a clean panel. I know this isn't clean, there's lots of dirt in there. I could have just literally pressure washed that off, maybe agitated it with my wheel and body brush. Once it's rinsed and dry, it's gonna be still faded looking plastic. You can either spray this, or if you could reach your tire shine brush in there, brush those wheel wells, folks. It's just the little touches, but yeah, you could absolutely dress exterior plastics with tire dressing from DIY Detail and the tire shine brush. Don't miss these spots, folks. It's just gonna be one of those things where your customer, they're down on the driveway and they're walking up and they see it, or maybe they're uphill, vice versa. Who knows when they're gonna see it? You don't wanna be the guy or gal that missed it. Similarly, when it comes to tire dressing, you want this wheel to be dressed fully, right? So you're using your tire dressing brush to do this nice and evenly, but there's no doubt you're gonna miss this bottom lip. So just go ahead, reverse the car a couple of feet, then of course the tire is gonna be over here. The spot that was here is gonna end up right here. Go ahead and brush that evenly. That way you're not missing a spot. It's really easy to leave that spot kind of undressed, and as they're driving, it's gonna look kind of uneven in the most random of times. It'll look great in the customer's driveway. Later on, they're gonna notice, what's going on with that tire? Why did they miss that spot? It doesn't look as dark. That's one thing you want to avoid. Let's talk about door jambs now, shall we? Door jambs are one of these things where it's like, do door jambs come with an interior detailer or an exterior detail? The answer to me is yes. Door jambs should always just get cleaned. One thing, if you're gonna wash the exterior of the vehicle first, you can actually pre-treat door jambs. So you can pre-treat your door jambs one of two ways. I've got DIY Detail All Clean with a little incredible suds in my IK foamer, or I've got diluted rinseless wash, 256-to-1. These are both from DIY Detail. Get yourself an all-purpose cleaner or rinseless wash from thehouseofrags.com. Doesn't matter what you use, they're all great products. Save 10% off any of the products on thehouseofrags.com. Use promo code Nick at Night, helps the podcast, helps you save money. But anyway, let's get to this demo. So let's say you're washing the outside of the vehicle. You could actually just do this and just spray all into there, right? Because you're washing the outside anyway, but you're focusing on the jambs. Or if you want to have a little more fun, get a little more aggressive with the cleaning. You can do one of those numbers. Make sure that it's getting in there. Obviously, you're pre-treating the outside anyway because you're washing that, but you're going to get inside all the jambs. Could do that here as well. And you're just giving it lots of dwell time. So let's say you were just pre-treating the whole car with rinseless. You could either use foam or rinseless, right? You're gonna do a foam, rinse, foam. You're gonna foam everything on, then you're gonna rinse everything off, then you're gonna apply your chemical again and then do the contact wash. After that initial foaming or chemical application, you then rinse. And you spend a little extra time on the door jambs, like so. Usually there's a rubber seal in there, so you're only gonna be cleaning in the jambs. You're not gonna be shooting water into the interior of the vehicle. You can see that did a pretty nice job of just rinsing out the door jambs, and everything past this seal is kind of protected and didn't get wet. Similarly right here, we got a nice pre-treat into the door jambs. It's not a full clean, you're gonna come in here and wipe it off later, but we do a nice job of just kind of spraying through here and getting a really solid start. Really primes you for maybe just a rinseless wash wipe down. It's a great way to pre-treat those door jambs. So here's how I finish that off. I might do just, okay, a little more spray of rinseless wash, make sure I've really kind of got the rinseless wash working for me. So you could go ahead and just spray a little more rinseless wash if you wanted, or if you feel like it cleaned it pretty well and you keep up on your door jambs often. I'm almost out of my Envy ceramic detail spray from DIY Detail here. Just a couple sprays there. Grab your towel of choice. It could be a level 1 that now could be converted to interiors, or this nice twist loop towel here. But then you've got a nice wiped down and protected interior. It's a phenomenal way to dial in your door jambs. Now here's a way I really love to clean door jambs. Again, just pretend this is dirty, right? If it's mildly dirty, this is a great way to do it. You can hear the air compressor rumbling in the background. Take a towel, dampen and rinseless wash. I put this in my rinseless wash bucket and I wrung it out to almost dry. This is a great way to clean air vents too, but I'll just do this. Oops, I'll just do this. And it might have been the case that I used some all-purpose cleaner on this earlier, but the whole idea is you just use the rinseless wash dampened towel, blow through it. It's kind of like cleaning with rinseless wash and blowing at the same time. The towel works really well. Then you can just do a nice blowout with the air compressor. I would finish with some Envy there as my drying aid, and you're gonna dial in your door jambs as well. Don't mind this, the car is basically falling apart, but you get the idea. So once again, rinseless wash dampened towel. Nice wipe down maybe. Envy ceramic sealant. And towel wipe dry. Shiny, protected, clean, easy. If you have a steamer, I love to steam, but most people don't. Compressed air or maybe a leaf blower or just a little blower can be a very helpful tool. It's fun to have dialed in door jambs, and it's pretty easy too. Another area detailers miss, it's your pedals. They look really nasty. You figure, okay, they're just gonna get nasty again. Take your crappiest towel, one that you don't care if it gets gunked up, and I'll pre-treat it with some all clean. You can do this with rinseless wash too, but it's more fun with foam. Give it dwell time, right? Dwell time's a beautiful thing. Now, if you're doing this for Instagram, you gotta get the foam, right? If you're doing this for the gram, you just wanna make a beautiful video, you gotta show off your foaming skills. That's why you have the little towel. You don't need to do it this way, but it's kind of fun, right? You don't have to do it this way. Grab a steamer. I'll pre-treat it with some all-purpose cleaner like All Clean from DIY Detail. Then I'll grab a steamer, boom, just blast it. I don't have a steamer in the shop. So I'm gonna do this, then we're gonna come back with that rinseless wash dampened towel and the air compressor and blow everything out. So I'll simply put this over that particular pedal and blow. Does a nice job, and then we'll just do a straight blow. And you kind of get the idea. You can see how clean that is compared to that one. If I need to, with a very hard bristled brush at the end, go in and clean out a rock chunk, I can do that. Something like this might be way too aggressive, but remember, it's detailing. Just use whatever tools you got. Use your creativity. If there's something stuck in there, this might be too aggressive for your client's car. You don't want to use that. Use a toothpick, use a Q-tip, use a credit card, right? Use whatever you've got. I don't care with this Legacy. I'm just like, is there anything that I didn't get? Let me go ahead and chop at it. So there you go. And that's how you clean a pedal. I don't ever protect them. I just leave them nice and matte, and that is good to go. So let's try this bad boy. Let's not pre-treat it. Let's use the rinseless wash dampened towel and see what happens. Like I mentioned, there might be some little chunk stuck in there. If I can't get it with my finger, let's see if I can, you know, and this is obviously gonna scratch it up, so don't do this, folks. Found a little envelope, let's see if this will work, right? Use your creativity. What have you got between your ears? A brain, boom, rock chunk is gone. And that will dry to a nice, matte, clean finish. Super easy to do, but super easy to miss as well. All right, you guys, now to my favorite spot that it's so easy to mess up. You see this red seatbelt button? I know I have a grimy car. If you're detailing a customer's vehicle, get in there. I love a steamer. This is my favorite use for a steamer. If you have a steamer, you will literally get that in there and watch it go from brown on the button press to just totally clear red. It is so rewarding. Speaking of, there might be dog hair and a bunch of crud in this. Oh my goodness, Nick, you gross human. You gotta clean in there, folks. Get in there. Use compressed air, spray some solution, use a steamer. Never forget in between the seat and the center console how nasty it can be down there. All the customer's gonna do is look and they're gonna be like, wow, my detailer sucks. So don't miss that. If I didn't have steam, let's try the compressed air method. Let's see how far that'll take us. Boy, I'm tempted to pre-treat with all clean, but let's just try the rinseless wash, damp, and towel. Can we make magic here? Is this something we can do? Let's see. Come on, level 1 towel. I'm gonna do a quick little wipe. We gotta show off for the people. A final blow. How's that? Pretty good, pretty good. I'm telling you guys, steam is your friend here. How would I go about this? I might take a brush with some all clean. We're getting a little crazy with the foamer and I don't want to foam everywhere. Let's try some pineapple from Quiver. I believe this is straight. And where 1 spray would do, why not use 6? And I'm just gonna rub this in with my finger, right? We want dwell time. Let's massage it in there. Agitation, dwell time, chemical, all principles of cleaning. Let me grab a brush too. How about some unnecessary foaming action because we love it for the gram. All right, we could let that dwell and that's probably the best idea, but I really want to try to blow it off. So I'm gonna just try to breathe, Nick. Let it be. Let's go for the blow. All right, we're getting pretty dang close here, pretty dang close. I'm thinking a stiff bristle brush with a little bit more pineapple will get us there, but if you had a steamer, folks, this would be where you would get amazing results. All right, folks, now I just am like determined. I wasn't gonna show you all this stuff, but all right, take a, I'm gonna try the magic eraser, the melamine sponge, right? Kind of like its own sandpaper. And I know we're trying to get precise here, and I'm being anything but. So let's see where we're at. Blow it clean. And we just have this one little bit, oh boy, I wish I had a steamer here. I wish I had a steamer. So I know I talked about precision, and I wish I had like a toothpick here. I wish I had a steamer, to be honest with you. But we're just gonna get creative, folks. We're just gonna get creative. This is why, even though you probably don't need one, I think all detailers could benefit from a steamer. I'm gonna hold these tighter to go tighter bristle, a little more aggressive. I think I got into that E. Anyway, most people won't notice it if you like miss like up the corner of all these letters. But I'm just saying. Yes, we did it! Woo! All right, now I'm gonna take shield because I know we degraded a lot of that. You know, we definitely wore down some, whatever that was, we wore it down, I'm sure. I'm just gonna let that sit on there, kind of dress the plastics. I know it's kind of sloppy, but I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit, wipe it down, and it'll give like a richness back to that red. So we'll get in there, wipe it. I don't know if it's really that big of a deal to have put Shield from Detail Co. on there. One last blowout. All right, folks. Yes, we got the grime out of the red, added a little richness back. Obviously, like almost a 10-year car. That's just wear and tear from the seatbelt getting pressed in there. But do not forget the red button, everybody. That took way longer than I thought it would. Get yourself a steamer and life will be much easier. All right, guys, you know I love crystal clear glass cleaner with Nick's favorite glass towel, right? And I just like to box the windows here. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice working time, flip to a clean side. And you're gonna get that streak-free glass that we all love on interiors, right? Okay, if I got it too wet, because sometimes I do that, I'll flip to a clean side. Just make sure I'm always working clean and dry with windows. But guess what? I'm still missing a spot. Let's do this. We need to get the glass down, and we need to get this top layer, right? And I haven't really done this much in my life on my personal car, but I always do it on a professional detail. It's not just that. Guess what, folks? There's also this spot on the interior trim that I haven't probably ever cleaned and probably should, that by opening the glass, you can't actually see that until you get in there. So again, it's getting your glass dialed in the right way involves putting the window down, cleaning this little section, drying it off appropriately, and then you're done with the windows, obviously on the sides of the car. The windshield, you wanna make sure you do that correctly as well. So we got our glass taken care of, right? You don't wanna forget this. A lot of detailers, when you have these mirrors, especially on a big truck or a Jeep, you know, these mirrors, they'll flip. Don't forget to flip the mirror. Oh my gosh, look what I just found, right? You can clean up into there, you can clean up into here. That'll look really nice. Once you've cleaned it, if you're ceramic coating that plastic, don't forget that. Obviously, you can do it this way, and you can do it that way. Perhaps there's a spot you missed up here or there. Don't really follow my towel advice. I'm kind of mixing and matching here, but you get the idea. Clean around the mirrors. Obviously, flip at your own discretion. If it's an older car, I'd be a little more wary. But once you've flipped both sides of the, you know, those side mirrors, you've made sure they've been cleaned properly. Of course, you want to use your crystal clear to get the mirror, right? You always got to get the rear view mirror dialed in. But guess what? There's another side of this mirror. So don't forget to clean the backside. You don't have to use crystal clear, right? Maybe it's your rinseless wash tape towel. Don't forget to get the backside of this mirror. Don't forget to get, oh my gosh, that's kind of dirty. Boom, a couple sprays of crystal clear. Nick, you are a dirty, greasy man. It's funny, the shoemaker's kid has no shoes, right? Sometimes our vehicles get the least amount of love. But it does feel good to clean your own car. If you've forgotten that, folks, maybe this is a reminder, dial in your interior. You know, we always talk about exterior vehicle details as being so much fun. The inside of your car being clean, it just feels a type of way. It feels very nice. You know what's also true, my friends? Sunroofs need love too. So there's like, you know, kind of the jam areas. There's underneath the plastic here. There's on top of it. Don't forget, grab a rinseless wash damp and towel and just wipe down these areas. They're neglected, they need love. Rinseless wash damp and towel, dry it down, super easy. You see how I've never really followed my own advice? Get a rinseless wash damp and towel in there, especially if this is a customer's car, a client. You absolutely want to open up that sunroof. Make sure you clean those areas. Even if you just wipe them down with a rinseless wash damp and towel, which I've clearly never done on my own ride, it will make a difference to that customer. And of course, don't forget the inside of the sunroof glass as well. Oh yeah, is my car kind of dirty? Of course it is. You know, you're talking to the shoemaker's kid who has no shoes. However, that door jamb, looking pretty good. Another area people either miss or neglect on purpose, it's at least worth vacuuming or blowing out with an air compressor, or if they're leather, wiping down. You never know what's in there. It's an easy place to neglect. A customer might be like, wow, they look in there, they see you didn't even attempt to clean inside. It's worth just a quick vacuum or a wipe down. It's worth the effort. You kind of want to touch everything if you can at least once to properly detail the vehicle. You can see how clean these are, maybe a little dog hair, nothing in there, bada bing, bada boom. It's easy, but if you don't do it, you don't know. And finally, folks, your engine bay. Yes, you can clean an engine bay, DIY detail all clean, foam it on there, let it dwell, rinse it off. Then maybe throw some incredible suds on there, you know, foam that up, let it dwell. Brush, 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 rinse it off. Dry it down to your liking. Maybe throw some quick beads on and rinse, or some tire lotion on the plastics. It's a very doable process. If a customer's not asking you for it, if it's not part of your package, if they're not paying for it, that's fine. But don't forget, you can detail the engine bay, and if you're doing a pre-sale detail, it sure as heck might help you sell that vehicle easier. Oh, and also don't forget the shifter. You know, when you're pulling forward, back, side to side, that's an area that steam can be really helpful, but you want to blow it out with compressed air fast. You don't want to introduce a lot of moisture and then have that moisture get stuck in there. Or you can use that rinseless wash damp and towel over the shifter. Brrr, move it to neutral, move it to drive. You know, go into the 1 or 2 to the side, you know, like just make sure that area that can kind of get dirty and crusted with all kinds of stuff gets properly cleaned, blown out, and dried. It's an area that a lot of people miss, and when your customer puts it into drive, they might notice some grime in there and be like, oh man, this detailer really wasn't as detail-oriented as I thought. And finally, a spot that's super easy to miss is these fender lips. So first, I'll take like a rinseless wash dampened towel. Sometimes, especially on white paint, it'll look like a lot of orange dots. You'll need iron remover in your decontamination towel, just really gently. And if for whatever reason these fender lips, whatever, I think you call them fender lips, don't clean up well, then you can take some gold standard polish on a microfiber towel and gently clean these. If everything else on the Jeep, for example, were white and clean, and this was littered with orange rust spots, it just looks bad. Yeah, we talked about dialing in the wheel wells with some tire lotion. After you've actually washed them, don't forget about the fender lips. This will make a huge difference if you're delivering as a pro. And it will just be that sort of extra, I don't know why it looks so clean vibe to your customer, that will definitely make a difference. So folks, what did I miss in the frequently missed areas video? Let me know down below. We all learn from each other. This is Nick's favorite glass towel. This is the Nick at Night podcast. If you want to save on any of the products that you saw in this video or on thehouseofrags.com, you know what to do. Promo code Nick at Night, one word. Save yourself 10% off. Hype the video, subscribe to the House of Rags, and detail a car today. It will probably make you feel better, and that is worth it for sure. Peace out, guys.